Nathaniel Bradley, the CEO of Data Vault Holdings. I mean, I think I'm getting a dozen a day. It's the final plea. We need your help. Democracy is doomed. Donate now. How do they get my number? And by the way, why do they think my name is Dave?
Right. Well, we used to have spam email as kind of the primary culprit in these cases, and we've obviously seen the shift to the mobile phone. We all are utilizing our mobile devices as our primary kind of connection, whether it's to our family or to our job. And quite frankly, the marketing firms know this. We've been replacing now spam with this kind of unrelenting, text messaging that we're receiving. The best practice is to open it and delete it and report it and block it, which is a 5-step process that we all, do every time we receive these messages. It seems like both parties, are utilizing this at a high level. When you look at the money that's flowed into these campaigns, it's almost hard for them to resist to hit us on our text messaging. It's such a convenient way to reach people. Problem is that we haven't opted in, and there's many laws that protect us as consumers in that space. And in fact, marketers must comply to a great number of laws and restrictions with respect to use of our name and our number. Problem is that we've opted in, at a Costco, or we opted in at some level. We've opted into certain services, and then those lists are sold. And when they're bought, they are used in a first attempt to connect to us. There's really not a lot that we can do as consumers other than block and report. With respect to the campaigns, they are falling under a number of laws and restrictions that they may be violating that they don't even know. And it's largely related to the amount of money that's flowed into these campaigns and the lack of compliance to the regulations with respect to use of our number. And as far as the wrong name being used, I think we've all experienced that. That's something where the database about us is just inaccurate, or numbers associated to a profile that's not ours, which is an increasing problem.
Yeah, I've been called worse things than Dave. So I'm wondering, so you say, delete and then report it as spam, whatever, which is what I've been doing. And then I'm very fearful of clicking on them, because what kind of Pandora's box that opens up. But I just got one and it said, please don't delete. But then at the bottom it says stop to end. I clicked stop, and then it says you're unsubscribed. So, but is it whack-a-mole that you unsubscribe, you delete one, but then, 10 more pop up? It really sounds like a hard game to win.
Yeah, and for consumers, much like email was in the past, spam mail was hard to block, and that became easier as tools were kind of introduced for us on our behalf that filter that out. And you'll see that, technologically come on the texting side, so that you can filter and get, your family's messages at a priority. But the idea that we're behind in this country, the UK has better laws protecting individual consumers' rights around their data. We're advocating for a data bill of rights for Americans. It's not right that our profiles have been stolen. If you had a Target card, you've been subject to a breach. If you read about them, you get the mail that says, hey, your profile was stolen. That usually includes your phone number. And unfortunately, these stolen profiles get embedded in lists that are purchased by campaigns rather innocently, but then the marketing companies, use that both to entice the money into the marketing company, and then the outbound, proof of contact, they're able to point to a list. Yeah. The problem is those lists are clandestine. A lot of cases where we haven't opted in, our identities have been stolen, and there's really no repercussions for these companies that are getting our profiles stolen from us, that we're bombarded with incoming messages that we have to block and report. And there's really no consequence to these companies. They write a letter, and it's kind of hey, we're going with that.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.